Hello and welcome to my channel Utsav and Kala, and this is your crafty host Priyanka. Today we are looking at the part 2 of the 7-part series of stitching on bookmarks. So I will have the link to the first part in the description below, and the first part had the random stitch, the heart stitch and the loop stitch. And please leave me a comment below telling me which one you liked in the part 1 video where I forgot to mention about it. And today we are going to look at another 3 stitches. First one we have is the flourish stitch. It looks like the feelers of the butterflies, and then we have the pennants, which looks like a triangle, flags, or a banner. And then the last one that we are going to look at is the scallop stitch. So let's gather all our materials and then let's jump right into our tutorial. So I'll see you with all the materials on the other side. So let's begin with the first stitch. We are going to start with the pennant stitch, and I have already shown in my part 1 video how to attach this head to the handle, and I'm just going to pierce the hole on the paper and then jump right into the stitching. I am here showing you the piercings, but I later on realized that you guys cannot see the piercing very well because the light is too bright and the camera shadow is falling on the paper. So I'm really sorry about that. But now I'm done with the piercing and let's jump into the stitching. For the stitching, I've already got my needle and embroidery floss threaded to the needle, and I'm using a blue color. And exactly like the previous stitches, we are going to use the back stitch. As you get to the bottom of the paper, it's a little hard to hold onto the paper and then do the stitch. So I'm fidgeting here and there, but I have finally got the hang of it, and I keep crashing the paper into the video, but I'm really sorry about that. But you come out from the second stitch and then bring it back to the first one, and then keep on doing the same over and over again. Jump onto the third hole and then come back to the second one, and that makes your back stitch. Just keep coming backwards, so you go one step ahead and then come back. That's what the back stitch is. So here I am making the first part of the pennant. I'm going to complete the whole triangle of the pennant, and then I'm going to go ahead and complete it offline. Also, I want to mention here one more thing is that there are a lot of really bad reviews on Amazon about this product, that it is really cheap plastic and it breaks and blah blah blah. But I am telling you my honest opinion, this is one of the best tools to do paper stitching, and it's really inexpensive, so you don't even spend that much money. So I think it is really inexpensive and it's not bad at all. So please don't go on the reviews. I am giving you my honest opinion. Here I have completed the row, but as you can see on the edges it's not looking finished. So I'm going to eyeball and then manually pierce a hole with the needle and then complete the pennant. I'm just going to make the top part and not the triangle slant line, and then I'm going to show you one on the camera and then finish it off offline and then come back when it's completed, and this will give it a finished look. The top line, adding the top line to the edges to both the ends. So I'm going to go ahead and do it offline and then come back and show you how it looks. And here I have the completed stitch, and this is how it looks, and it's really pretty to make a lot of banners and stuff. And now let's get started with our second stitch. So the second stitch that we are going to do is the flourish stitch, and it is one of my favorite stitches. It looks like those butterfly feelers, and we are again going to use the same procedure of just putting an even firm pressure on the paper and then rolling the tool over the paper in one straight line. I have already drawn, as I mentioned in my previous video, straight lines as a guide to make sure that I'm doing at least 90% straight line. I don't know if I can do it perfectly straight, but this helps a lot, so you should definitely try that. And again, here you cannot see the piercings, but I'm really sorry, but we'll go ahead and then get the needle threaded with the embroidery floss and jump into the stitching. Again, with the stitching for the flourish stitch, it's the same as all the others. We are going to do the back stitch, and back stitch is one of the most common stitch used in the stitching of these stitches. You can definitely use different stitches and try your hand and use your imagination to do these stitches, but I think I'm just going to show you the basic ones. And if you want to learn any different stitches for any particular stitch head, you can just leave me a comment below, and I will definitely try to upload a few variety stitches for any particular head you would like to learn. And here again, I'm doing back stitch as usual. I am not showing you the flipping of paper back and forth because I think you have already got the gist of it by now. And again, coming back to the topic of Amazon reviews, do not go on Amazon reviews. And I am really thankful that I listened to my heart and I went ahead and bought this tool because it's one of the best things that's ever happened to me. I think it is such a beautiful tool to use, and it's really simple. So yeah, here again I'm doing the back stitch, and yeah, again I'm going back and forth with Amazon and back stitching, but I hope you guys get the gist of it. And now I'm going to go ahead and finish it offline and come back and show you how it looks. So here I have the completed flourish stitch, and oh my god, it looks so cute. Let me know which one is your favorite. And yeah, this is how it looks like. And now let's jump onto the sixth stitch, or the third stitch for the video. And for the third stitch, we are going to do the single scallop stitch. But before that, I'm just going to do 5 stitches per paper. So this sheet is completed, and I'm taking a new sheet, and on that sheet I have already done the border piercing, and then I have already marked lines, 5 lines with the pencils, and it's all done. And this is how it looks like, the blank paper. And now let's get our scallop tool and start with the piercing. So we are going to go ahead and follow the same procedure of holding, giving it a firm pressure, and then holding the tool and rolling it over the paper. And I think that's what the tool usually does. And while the video is showing you how I roll the tool over the paper, I'm going to go back and jump into the Amazon reviews again. Some people said that it broke, it does not pierce, and they said that, oh, it does not pierce more than 1 paper, but I think it is meant to pierce 1 paper because it's a scrapbooking tool, and we don't usually pierce a lot of paper together for scrapbooking. So really beautiful product, you know, it serves its purpose. And I'm using a 110 GSM cardstock, and it's really thick, so it's doing its purpose. Somewhere here and there it leaves the it does not pierce, but it's really helpful and it does its job properly. So I have completed the piercing here, and now we are going to go back into the stitching. The stitching is again back stitch like usual. We are just going to use the back stitch over and over and over again, and I'm going to show you a couple of stitches how this looks once you start forming the back stitch. Also, do not ask me what embroidery floss I'm using, because this embroidery floss, my mom found a whole box of embroidery, actually 2 boxes of embroidery floss at the thrift store, and they were like $4.99 a box, and the box was full of, like, there were like tons and tons of bobbins full of embroidery floss. So the person who had these, they wrote the number for the floss, but they did not write what brand floss they were using, and I'm not really into brand. I just pick the colors the one that I like, so I don't really think about, oh, it's this brand so I should get it. I just get it what I like. So I don't know what brand the floss are, but I use it, and they have been helpful for me. There are like tons of colors. I will definitely upload a video showing the 2 boxes and how many bobbins and how many embroidery floss I had. So, and this tool also comes with a lot of embroidery floss. You can definitely use that. And now here it's the completed stitch, and this is how it looks like. It is pretty. And then here are all the 3 stitches, the pennant stitch, and then the flourish stitch, and finally the scallop stitch. They do have another scallop stitch in the stitch head, which I'm going to show you in the future series videos, so just keep a lookout for that. And here again I have some bookmark examples, because that's what our title for today, our title for the series is stitching on bookmarks. And this is how it looks like. This is the fish that I have drawn, colored, and fuzzy cut. And again I have on my Etsy channel these fishes if you want to purchase for making your own bookmarks. And then I'm showing you for the pennants I made mountains with it, and then fuzzy cut the house and the tree. I drew them and colored them again, and then made the sun and the grass directly on the bookmark. And then with the flourish stitch I just made some flourishes and then added paper punch flowers. And again these flowers are punched from one of my I think I printed wrongly the adult coloring book paper, and then I just punched them and then colored them. So that's what I've used. I have not used any particular paper. And here are all 3 bookmarks together, and this is how they look like. I think again I'm going to show you how they look like later in like a couple of minutes. I'll show you again, but these are the 3, and then you can go ahead and look in my previous video the previous 3, and I will have the link to my previous video in the description. Also, I will have the link to Jennifer McGuire stitching on cards video in the description. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video, comment, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more on this series. Bye bye.